Hello everyone, my name is Mariana Tišma. I am PhD of psychology. My main area of working is sports psychology, and today I will tell you something. I would like to tell you something about cultural adaptation, because it's very important topic for every team, in every sports, because cultural adaptation is a key of successful international environment. So, what is cultural adaptation? That's the process of athletes and coaches adjusting a new cultural environment. It's crucial in the context of international components, player transfer, and coaching engagement of foreigner countries. Actually, effect of a good adaptation is actually very important, because boost performance, team dynamic, and athletes' mental well-being. So, how we can do that good cultural adaptation? Why is that so important? I will tell you now. It helps to reduce stress and anxiety, because every change in our life demands stress, and we need time to prepare for that, to cope with that new situation. And it's very important, if we have help with that adaptation, facilities quickly international into a new team and competitive settings. Adaptation improves communication and understanding between athletes, coach, and support staff, and capabilities to develop intercultural competence. First key factor for good adaptation is emotional intelligence, because it's very important if athletes understand and manage their own emotions, and it's very important that they are adjusting emotions of the other people in their team. Opening a new experience, it's very important, because they need to accept that the differences, different training, different competition methods, and just other culture, other languages, and that help them to be more adapted on new environment. Flexibility and adaptability is also very important, because athletes need to be adjusting in a method of that their own coach and his philosophy. They need to understand him and his methods, and understanding and accepting differences in mentality and sporting customs. Also, when we talk about factors of adaptation, we have to tell something about support and mentorship, because it's very important that we find someone, the athletes find someone who can be mentor in that situation, and who can really help in that process. Usually is psychologist, coach, other teammates with that same experience, which they already have that experience. And we can create a environment that fosters integration of new team members. So, the last but not the least, but not the last in that process, very important factor is coping stress strategy, because we already said that every changes demand any stress level, a bigger level of stress. And if we understand, or if we know how to use mental techniques for overcoming adaptation challenge, and how to help ourselves with many methods, psychology methods for that situation, we will be more successful and we will do it better, faster, with more quality. Okay. Some of that mental techniques for support, coping, and adaptation, I will tell you now, because it's important that you really understand them and you can use them with your athletes. First of all, is cognitive restructuration. It's very important technique because it's about thinking, and every athlete, when change team and when they try to fit in, have many doubts about that, because some of them think I will never fit in, I have a problem, I have some obstacles, they don't understand me, maybe they don't like me or something like that. But very important is that we teach them how to balance that thoughts and think on alternative ways, and say to themselves, it's okay, I just need more time, everything will be okay, I'm good enough for that, I will be again the best of myself, everything will be okay, I just need more time, more support, and I will try to find best way for that. Other techniques, it's mindfulness. Mindfulness is very fancy technique now, and we use mindfulness technique for many obstacles and many reasons in sport. But in this situation, it's very important that athletes focus on their breathing, body scan, and mindful awareness of surrounding without judgment. The most important what mindfulness teaches us is that we think without judgment. Don't judge ourselves or someone else or situation, something like that. Okay, another one is goal settings. It's important that we have smart goal settings, adaptation set, and it will be like this. Okay, it's new environment for me, and I need something to do to just be comfortable in that new environment. So maybe it's good if I learn new words. Maybe it's good if I try to initiating a conversation with new people and try to fit in. Maybe it will be helpful for that. And after that, we can do visualization and imaginary techniques. Mindfulness is very good techniques for many reasons in sport, but in this situation, we have to imagine how we already feel adapt there in that new environment, how we already fit in, how we are successful. We have good communication with our teammates and coach. We already feeling comfortable, confident, and everything is beautiful and okay. And maybe sometimes we need just use kind internal dialogue to normalize that is very difficult. That cross-cultural transition. It's very okay if you feel some obstacles in that process. It's okay, you need time, and everything will be okay. Social support mapping, it's very important techniques. It's about try to find, to identify anybody who is supportive for us, who care about us, and with who we feel comfortable and safety. Then can be coach, teammates, psychologist, anyone. And we need to talk with that people about our feeling, doubts, thinking, thoughts, and everything, because it's very helpful when we understand that we are not alone and that people understand us and support us. So if we don't find anyone to talk with them, we have another one techniques, and that technique is writing. We need to write our thoughts, our challenge, our learning moments, our cultural observation, and personal growth. Because if we are not able to talk with anyone, or we don't feel comfortable to talk with someone, we can talk with ourselves. But if we write about that, we include more analyzing thoughts, because we try to find the right words, and we try to find some solution, because we write that, we read that, and analyzing that. And if we write about that, we are more objective after that, and that's very important. How we help us before we went to some foreigner country. It's very good advice for coaches and athletes. First of all, it's very helpful if we find some good information, cultural information, and any information about that country and how they live, the traditional stuff and everything, because in that case we will know what we can expect in that country. Also, it's very helpful if we develop empathy and intercultural communication skills. Maybe we can before we went in that country, try to learn some basic words and basic communication skills, because in that case we feel comfortable in many situations. Allow sufficient time to adaptation before competition. If we go there earlier and try to have enough time for adaptation, psychologists think that we need 2 till 6 weeks for good adaptation, because we need to find basic stuff. Where is shop? Where can I drink coffee? How can I make that new environment comfortable for me? Where can I find my favorite food or everything? Because we need to try to make that new environment like our environment, and we need to feel comfortable if we want to be focused on work or sport or goals and everything. So also we need to and encourage open dialogue and experience sharing with the team. Also, I have some advice for coaches. What can they do with the team? Because it's very important that coaches support that cultural adaptation. And first of all, I think it's very important if they focus on team building. Team building can be very important in a start of season, because if you change one player, one athlete in your team is changed. So team building is very important, like a starter for new season, because you can build your team, group dynamic, and relationships between teammates and between coach and athletes, and staff and athletes and coach. And it's very important that all people in that team is very comfortable to connect each other and be very, very kind to each other, and feel good in that environment. So you can play some game of trust. You can talk about some rules in your team. You can talk about goals. You can do some other games, and it's very helpful for beginning of season. You can do many other stuff, like you can facilitate cross-cultural understanding. So you can organize some cultural night of short presentation where athletes teach other people about words, food, traditional from their home country. And it's very interesting because anyone can learn something new and connect with other people with similar tradition or different tradition, and it can be very interesting and helpful. Third advice for coaches is they can normalize, talk about that cultural shock. We already say that every change is shock for anyone, and it's stressful, and it's very good if we have enough courage to speak about our feelings and show our feelings and say what we really think about it, how we feel, what is our expectation, what is our obstacles. And for example, you can use check-ins, and that is mood matters of color card, and they can just show how they feel by that colors, but smileys and sadness smiley and something like that. And you can encourage them to small talk group discussion about sharing experience. And you can also talk about your experience when you have that cultural shock, or how you cope with that, what you did done in that situation, and show them that you understand them, that you really support them, and try to figure together how to prevent any obstacles and how to cope with that adaptation moment. And conclusion. Cultural shock is something very bad when we think about it, first of all, but it's not just a problem. It's a really a very important challenge because it's opportunity for personal and professional growing. Also, athletes and coaches who develop intercultural competence achieve better results, and they have that ability for more easy adaptation in new environment for next time. Every time is more easy and easy, and it's very good because it start to be some good stuff in their career. And it's very helpful if you try to include psychologists in that process, because psychologists have many good techniques, methods for support that adaptation, cultural adaptation. So I hope that you find some interesting information in that presentation and that will be helpful for you. And I'm here for you if you want to ask me something or discuss about something, and have a good day. Bye.